Hello, welcome back to our lessons. Today we're in lesson 4 of quadratic expressions and equations. Our subtopic is factorization and simplification. So in our previous lessons we have been looking at how to expand and how to use quadratic identities to expand. Now we do the reverse. So if you expand, you come up with an expression. Then you can factorize. You go back to the factors of quadratic expression. So for example, I have this expression. So x squared minus 5x, I'm told to factorize. So what I do when I'm given such kind of an expression, I check what is common between these two. So it is x. So if you factor out x, you're going to remain with x minus 5, and you are factorized. Then if I have another one, 3p squared minus 48, then I'm told to factorize. I check what is common between these two. So it is 3. Factor out 3. So you'll have 3 goes outside. 3 goes to 3p squared. It goes there. P squared minus 3 goes to 48. 16. So inside you're going to have p squared minus 16. But if you check this one here is a difference of 2 squares, because it can be written as 3p squared minus 4 squared. Now we saw the quadratic identity that if you have a minus b and a plus b, if you expand this one, you get a difference of 2 squares. So if you do the reverse, you get the factors of this difference of 2 squares. So the same happens here. When you have this one here, you say our a is p and our b is 4. So if you factorize now, you'll have 3 outside. Then this one, it will be, you can start with this one or this one. So it will be a is p, then minus 4, then into another bracket, a now is p again, plus 4, and then you have factorized like that one. So another one, if you have another one like y squared minus 9y raised to 4, now you check what is common. So whatever is common here is y squared. You can factor it outside. So you'll have that's what you're going to remain with inside. So now what you do next, again, if you check this one, this is a difference of 2 squares, because this one can be written as y squared into 1 squared minus 3y squared, like that one. So this one will be written as y squared into, so this will be 1 plus 3y and then 1 minus 3y. That is how you factorize that one. Another example, if I'm told to factorize now this one, if the coefficient of x squared is 1, I'll show you a simple method or a simple way of doing it. You just come up with the 2 brackets like this, then you put an x here and x here. Then you look for 2 numbers that when you multiply them you get negative 14, and when you add them you get positive 5. So those 2 numbers, if you check, it is 7 and 2. So if you multiply for it to be negative 14, and when you add this 5, this one must be negative 2. So therefore, if you get the 2 numbers, just come and say this is negative 2 and this one is positive 7. And this is how you factorize this quadratic expression. Now if you are given in this form, 2x squared minus 5x minus 3, now this time the coefficient of x squared is not 1, so you cannot use this one here. So what we do, so this kind of expression, quadratic expression, are written in the form of x squared plus bx plus c, always in this form. So we say product is ac and sum is b. So we look for 2 numbers that when you multiply you get the product, and when you add you get the sum. So in our case, our product, you take this value here 2, you multiply by -3, which is our c, you get -6. Then your sum is the coefficient of x, which is -5. So we look for two numbers that when you multiply them you get -6, and when you add them you get -5. So that will be 6 and 1. That will be 6 and 1. So one must be negative. So we realize that it will be this one here. So if I take -6 times 1, you get -6. But when I add them, you get -5. So you substitute these two with this -5x. But now you just add x here. So now you'll have 2x squared minus 6x plus x minus 3. Then you group them into 2. Then you find whatever is common between these two. It will be 2x. You factor it outside. So you'll have, this will be x inside minus 2x goes to 6x 3. You're done. Then the next one, whatever is common here is +1. So you factor it outside, you're going to remain inside with x minus 3. So when these brackets are the same, put this one under one bracket. So you'll have 2x plus 1 and x minus 3. And that is how you factorize. So I'll give you one, you try. So exercise.